Understand that within our world there is great balance. Beautiful, glorious balance. The balance needs to be there in order so that when people choose, they can choose in freedom. For when they choose in freedom to love, that love is passionate, powerful in its intimacy, and profound. Understand that the whole world, the way it was set up, is all to allow individuals to co-create in actualizing true love to the degree of all source. For all source is not compelled, does not want, does not need, simply chooses. And what it chooses to do is express itself in unconditional love, true love for all creation. And it also chooses to help all creation by creating a construct and paradigm whereby many angelic agencies can enter into the front lines of creation and partner with the many resonances they left behind in uplifting all to the frequencies of true love, unconditional love. You see? They partner with all. Select few get to go to the front lines of creation. Those select few carry the angelic intention to broadcast and color the world anew through their broadcast, their inner resonance. The rest of them behind the veil sit and wait for individuals to resonate in a particular energy, a particular way, and they are constantly partnering with individuals on this world, on this tier. There's always co-creating. The individual on this tier, if they're passively co-creating, are allowing their light of life, what they're able to broadcast into existence. They're allowing it to be siphoned off by baser frequencies, which actually realigns the worlds above based on the splinter of God. What their intention is, it realigns the world above of how prominent and powerful certain energies and frequencies are at a particular juncture. As below, so above. As above, so below. We're all in this together. The individual that partners with more glorious energies of higher resonance, loving energies, abundant energies of grace, these energies, that individual is actively co-creating. And in a state of active co-creation, any oppressive energy that comes into its midst, it has the coordinates and the grace to not vanquish that energy, but to broadcast a solution for that energy to have freedom and fulfill its role without oppression, without suffering, without stumbling, to broadcast its role by embracing its inner song without shame, to be in intimacy with the fullness of who they are, and be able to reach their higher self and co-create actively so that the world can learn from them their song, not from the void that it's not being played, and so therefore the world suffers because we're going to learn what's needed, what they have, because they didn't do it. No, they'll learn their song through the intimacy of their passion, of their song, of their love. So the dynamically spiritual individual who's actively co-creating with their higher self, that individual recognizes the role of the individual who's oppressing them with their perception. But they don't recognize it as real It's virtual. It's happening in order to help give them the coordinates for themselves of who they are and who they are not. Some lessons are intimate. Some lessons are repelling, telling you who you are from the perspective of without. To the degree that you learn these lessons in their proper cadence, not blaming the individual, but simply recognizing this is who I am, this is who it's not, bless you for teaching me the lesson, is the degree that they mastered the lesson and they don't need to partner with that same energy anymore. For in your graduation to a higher resonance, in the lesson of learning from without, they partnered with you in actualizing that ascended perception. And so thereby, you're grateful for their role. And being grateful for their role is confounding to the oppressive energy that they partnered with, and pretty much chases that away for at least a few moments. So when the individual enters freedom, that love, that light may hit them like a ton of bricks, and they can awaken and cry about their shame and heal it so that they can co-create with their higher self. There's also another tidbit that is very important, and I alluded to it in the beginning of the discussion, because when I give over these coordinates, I give them in symmetry. They are not linear, so I'm coming full circle. I mentioned how the world is in balance. I mentioned how that balance is so vital, for only when the world is a balance between equal variables of love and equal variables of the opposite, the individual has freedom of 0 point to choose who and what they are manifesting. You see, individuals are in a state of passive co-creation. They are not free. And that means in their environment they do not have equal variables of life and the opposite. There is more of the opposite than there is life. And so these individuals need someone to fill in their circle the resonance of life to get them out of this imbalance and allow them to be free again, to have free will and free choice. Not to go too hard to the point where you are pushing them. That won't work. That will just push them back into pushing and oppression. No. This is great for parenting to understand. The role is to give them equilibrium, give them choices. If they have a friend that's a bad influence, get them a friend who's a good influence. If they're interested in things that are not productive, start an activity that is productive. Don't tell them what to do. Don't live their life for them. They are not you. They have a separate path. They have a separate song. And to the degree that you deprive them from their freedom is the degree that they will resent you for counting them out and saying they weren't good enough to manifest true love and choose and learn from their own lessons of within and without. So, thereby the parent's job is to restore equilibrium of choices, to allow the child to be proud of who they are and what they do and what they manifest, and not feel bondage and enslavement under the oppression of another.